Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video. And Nova, she hasn't been around on the channel for a while. She just wanted to say hello, hang out with us, as we have a couple more cards to go over this morning, or evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Nova's worried about a scabs incident. She's out. So we got a couple of cards, but I also want to give you guys a couple of updates. Of course, as always, if you want to enter my giveaway, I'm doing it out of my own pocket. I'm giving away a golden mega bundle and 2 regular pre-orders. Just check out this video. It's linked below. Like this video, comment, all that stuff, subscribe to the channel, you'll be entered. And yes, before we get to the cards, I'll try and timestamp ahead if you want to skip to the cards. We have some core set news. We have potential core set leaks as it is. Immick has been painfully going through all the reveal footage that has been showed so far to kind of piece together some core set cards that basically have been confirmed. Nothing too spicy, unfortunately, but you can basically tell by this weird stamp. We haven't seen it. It looks like it's the new core set for this year's set of cards to be in there. So looks like Annoyatron will be in the next mini set, or not mini set, core set, which is a card that's already there. Cold Light Seer as well, which is a card that's already there. We talked about this already, but Zola appears to be coming back to standard in the core set, as it's a Naga. This isn't translated, but it's a Naga now, as well as Ice Barrier looks like it's going to remain. Again, another card that isn't new or anything like that. And then lastly, another card that will remain is Counterspell, so leaving Mage with the ability to, you know, have some counterplay with secrets and all of that. So nothing official, of course. This is just speculation, but at least we kind of have an idea of some of the cards of the core set, although that's not super helpful. And there was also a potential leak of a golden card upgrade feature in Hearthstone. In the basically the latest patch, they go through the data, and this I believe was Immick again, guys, working his butt off, found this line of code with create upgrade, and it's been noted by Ixar before that upgrading is on the table, so it'd be a cheaper way to upgrade golden cards rather than having to disenchant and do certain things. It'd be a nice little quality of life feature, so that's something to look forward to as well. It's nice to see these updates happen, but again, not a big deal. Anyways, let's get into the cards. And first, we have a Paladin epic spell, a giant 10 mana spell. I believe this is the second time Paladin has had a 10 mana spell, first being Anything Can Happen, which is one of my favorite cards of all time. However, this card's probably not going to cost 10 mana very often. It's called the Garden's Grace. It's a 10 mana holy spell, and it gives a minion +5/+5 in Divine Shield. So for 10 mana, not so great, but it costs 1 less for each mana you have spent on holy spells this game. So let's say you've only played one Garden's Grace. You play this, the other one will be 0 automatically. It's a holy spell. It counts towards itself, but this is one of these annoying things of not knowing the core set of like how good is this card, because almost all the good holy spells are rotating. Hand of Adal, Blessing of Authority, all the Libram cards, they're all leaving. So you have like, I think the Objective, the Alder Bridge card, you have Blessing of Kings, but that's core set. Maybe it's not sticking around. This is a card where if you have lots of good holy spells and they're, you know, of the reasonable, efficient cost to make this down to 0, this card's incredible. And it doesn't even have to be 0, right? Like, take a look at Blessing of Kings. It's 4 mana +4/+4. Pretty good card, has seen play throughout most of the history of Hearthstone, and then you're adding +1/+1 to it and giving Divine Shield. So this you could play for, in theory, 5/4 mana and be very happy with it. It does not need to be 0. It also creates threats constantly. If your opponent doesn't kill something, Garden's Grace can come down. Mr. Smite, you can put this on there and give it charge. There's Wind Fury plays. It really depends on the holy spell pool. But I mean, we've seen multiple holy spell things like the legendary, which gets to double dip on this. If it's 0, that's also incredible. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. They want Holy Paladin, Holy Spell Paladin to be a thing. I see it being a thing. I would imagine the core set will probably help with this. And we all know that mana cheating and buffs typically go pretty well together. Historically, I've almost always seen play. So I'll give it a 3 out of 5 in standard. And in wild, oh my goodness, you have Libram of Hope. You have all the Libram cards. You have all these old holy spells that can make this work. You can tutor this out, of course, with your Knight of Anointment and all sorts of shenanigans. I don't know if it's fast enough for Wild, but it's certainly, you can get this down to 0 in in a relatively short order in Wild. And Hand Buff Paladin might be good enough for it. It might work in Hand Buff Paladin. I'm going to give it an optimistic 3 out of 5 in Wild too. I think this could see play in both formats because, well, like I said, the Holy Spell pool is just ridiculously good in Wild. And, well, if this is 0, that is absolutely disgusting. And, well, let's take a look at, I believe, Tice's card he revealed. And lastly, we have Tice's card, which, by the way, is kind of it's kind of more Pirate Warrior support, honestly. We went on a bit of a rant about that earlier, but yes, we have another, here, I'll move my face, I'm kind of in the way. We have Amalgam of the Deep. It's a 2-mana 2/3 neutral epic. It has the all tribes, so it's like the amalgams. We've seen like Circus Amalgam. We've seen there's a 3-mana 3/4 as well. I can't remember. It got banned from Battlegrounds. Anyways, that has Battle Cry. Choose a friendly minion. Discover a minion of the same minion type. So if you have a minion on the board, you select it, you get to discover another one. So if you pick a pirate for Pirate Warrior, this will count as a pirate, and then you discover another pirate, which you can play. This falls under the discover rules of it can't get itself, so you can't like go Amalgam of the Deep into the Amalgam of the Deep and all of that. And if it actually targets another amalgam, another all tribe thing, it'll basically just give you an assortment of picks. It can be a beast, it could be an elemental, it can be a I guess a Naga, new tribe. So it's kind of a catch-all minion. Is this good? Well, the only thing I can really think of is Pirate Warrior, right? Because you want more pirates, and this is technically a pirate that can give you more pirates, but it doesn't really do anything other than generate cards. Kind of weak. I don't think this card's spectacular. I think it's a good arena card. It can be a good value card. Maybe there's something I'm missing in here, but other than that, like I guess maybe in that priest deck where you want Nagas to activate that spell that goes back to your hand, this would count as a Naga itself, putting that back to your hand. But overall, I like the design. I think it's a cool design card. It's the cheapest amalgam we have seen to date. We've seen a 3 and 4 mana one. Now we see a 2 mana one, although we've seen tokens that were 1 mana off that weird 4-drop that would spawn 2 1/1s. But overall, yeah, not amazing. I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5 in standard. Although, like I said, I could see it being played in Pirate Warrior, but maybe a Naga deck, maybe plays an elemental, get more elementals. And in Wild, you just have such better things to do that I just don't know why this would ever see play in any Wild deck ever. Even Shutterwalk Shaman, which can discover more and all that stuff. I'm gonna give it a 1 there, and I'll drop a like on Tice's video. Check it out if you haven't. He's rapping. It's rapping Tice and all that good stuff. And there you go. There'll be a big card dump later on today at I believe 6 p.m. PST tonight on Redbeard's channel. He's with Dreads and Judge. They're doing a bunch of basically arena cards, but there'll be a bunch of cards to cover. We'll review that later tonight, so check that out. And then, the reveals will keep on coming, so keep tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.